Want to sell on the fuel subsidy that day because I don't know who and who was there. Make you don't finish. Just say begin to start looking for you. But today I will explain it today. No problem. Yeah.
Oh
But
dear.
this country one needs to protect itself.
Yeah, but for me, there's nothing you're going to say now that they don't already know. Okay, you are concerned that they will know and now begin to look for you.
Yeah.
Oh
No
dear.
problem. I will explain it today.
Okay. So I think we're live now.
Okay.
I think we're live now. Check your. Uh, 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. I'll be back now.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Yeah. So can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Awesome. 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 Okay. Just customization. Okay. I think we're good to go.
Okay.
We're good to go. We'll take care of other things as we go on.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll take care of other things as we go on. All right. So, welcome everybody, wherever you're watching us from. I'm here again with engineer Pascal Atto.
Yes.
He is an oil and gas expert. He's a power expert. He's a development expert, and he's bringing his almost 20 years experience in all of these fields, both locally and internationally. He's bringing it to bear to provide solutions to Nigeria as we have it today. And he has a lot of ideas that will benefit Nigeria as a country. But today we want to narrow down and just face one particular sector, and that's the oil and gas sector. With the ideas and the experiences that he has, we want to see how is it possible for us to reduce the price of petrol in Nigeria. Now, right now, I don't know how much you're buying petrol wherever you are,
Okay.
but the least we have is about a thousand naira per liter. Even in Lagos, that they said is supposed to be 955 or something, they buy at over 1,000 naira per liter. So, how can we reduce this price of fuel? These are the things that we want to focus on today. So in focusing on it, we'll be taking a look at so many things along the line. If you have questions, you can let us know the question, and then maybe I can just put let me put the link, Pascal. Let me put
Yes.
the link so that people can join the conversation in the studio.
Okay, okay, no problem. It's okay. It's okay.
I'll put the
It's
link
okay.
in the
Okay.
description. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll just put the link in the description. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So edit and in the description I put this. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Yeah, so the link is in the description. If you want to join the conversation, you have two options. If you're watching
Yeah, let's
us, you
go.
want to join the conversation, you have two options. You can click the link in the description to join us in the studio to also contribute your own quota to the topic that we're discussing.
Okay.
We're looking at how we can reduce the price of petrol. Is it possible? Is it not possible? If it's possible, what is it that we can do? So, Pascal, very quickly, I want to start with my first question.
Okay. Okay.
We're told now that Dangote Refineries has received its first shipment of Nigerian crude in Naira, even
Yes.
though they have not told us the exact amount that the NNPC is selling crude to to Dangote Refinery. At least now
Mm.
Dangote Refinery is receiving um, crude in naira. What is the implication of this? Can this
Yes.
help us reduce the price of petrol in Nigeria? Can it?
Okay. We need
Yeah.
to look at the yes, it's possible we need to look at the history and what constitutes the cost of per barrel. At this moment, the local content is quite low. We mean that most of the input are in price in USD. The geophysical part of it, exploration, drilling, lifting, flow stations, all the most of the activities done by the IOC are foreign content. Most of the spares, the platforms, most of them are fabricated outside Nigeria. So there's always a foreign content measured in USD, which is part of the production cost. The human resources, there's the expected quota that paid in USD, and Nigerian employees were paid. So there's always a foreign USD component of the cost. Then when you produce, it is priced at USD. For Nigeria that didn't have refinery before now, they will transport it from Nigeria to Brazil or a refinery in Europe. There's a transit cost. When you get to Europe, the cost of refining is higher. The labor cost is higher. So after refining, they bring back the petrol component to Nigeria. There's another transit cost from Europe or Brazil, whatever the refinery is, or Malta, back to Nigeria. So you see that there's already three component or three stages of the pricing. The first stage is from Bonnet Terminal of avocados to export. That's local content pricing. That, that, that is what they said at when they said that dollar is at barrel is $82 per barrel. That is the price at the export terminal. Once you start moving from that export terminal to the refinery in Malta, there's a transit shipping cost, customs, export. When you get to Malta, there's what they call the customs import cost. They add it there too. When you want to ship out again, there's always an export, depending on the country that you're refining. So when you put all these input costs together, they're all in USD. So when the petrol comes into Nigeria at a particular price, let's say a landing cost is 1,100. NNPC starts selling. Within that 3 months, things can happen. If dollar goes up at the time of purchasing the next batch, means that there'll be a gap because dollar has lost value. Nigeria has lost the exchange rate has so what you call the devaluation losses. So that NNPC will not be looking for that differential because they sold below the the exchange rate. There'll be a gap. So they have to look for that extra. That extra is what they call subsidy. You have to somebody has to pay for that. Because if he outside Nigerians, the rate time. It's in Nigeria due to the government fixing the price. They might fix a price that will last for the next 6 months. Within that 6 months, the international price has been changing. Just I mean now. So whenever there's a change, somebody has to pay for that price because at the pump price in Nigeria, we don't reflect it immediately at the pump price compared to a
Okay,
place like South Africa. So that whenever there's a change in increment, somebody has to pay for that differential. That's what they that's the subsidy they pay. That's so Minister of Finance has to bring in money from VAT to make up for that
Pascal.
difference.
Pascal,
Correct.
Pascal, let's not go into that subsidy question yet.
Okay, okay,
The
okay.
question I asked you is this: we'll
Yes,
come
okay, no,
back.
no, 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 no,
Yeah,
okay.
yes,
Okay.
we'll come back to that
To
subsidy
make
part.
okay, to
I
make it
have a
cheaper,
lot of questions for
we
you
have
on
to
that
gradually
subsidy part. Yeah.
reduce. We need to okay to make it cheaper. We need to improve local content. One,
No, no,
if
no.
you look at
Wait,
the
Pascal.
JV
Sorry, Pascal. Sorry,
agreement,
Pascal.
for
Pascal,
use the SPDC JV agreement. Let's
can you
say
hear me, Pascal? Can you hear me?
it's- if to make it cost, we need to improve our
Uh,
local content. Right
it's like the
now, if you look at the
network.
the JV, I
Pascal,
can hear
can you
you.
hear me? You can hear me.
Yes, I can hear
Okay,
you. Yeah, I can hear you.
before we go to how we can reduce the price, I just asked you
Okay,
one question. Dangote has received the first shipment of crude
okay.
in naira, right?
Yes,
That was what was reported yesterday. Now my
correct.
question is this: will it reduce the price of fuel?
It can reduce the price depending on the cost price, what they sold it to him. I don't know. Nobody knows what they sold it to him. Because if he's buying at dollar rate converted to naira, it doesn't. There's no difference. It's just that in matter of deciding the cost in naira. If they converted it at 1,700 per dollar, there's no difference. It will be it's as if you are, the only difference is that the transit cost from Malta back to Nigeria may be the difference. Remember,
Okay,
3 months
but
early
in this
early
case now, in this case, they said they are selling it to him in naira.
good at what nobody knows the naira value. They didn't disclose that aspect to us. Or to know whether it's going to be cheaper or not. Nobody knows. So they're still keeping that confidential for the public. However,
So is it possible that Dangote is conspiring with the government to deliberately sell fuel at higher prices to Nigerians so that he can maximize his own profit? Is that possible?
I can't hear you. It's cutting. You are cutting.
Okay, can you hear me now? Uh-oh. The network is crazy today.
Your own end check. Can you hear me? Can you
Yeah,
hear
I
me?
can hear you very clearly, but you are frozen now.
Can you hear me?
Okay, now can you hear me? Oh, I was just going to ask Pascal. If you can, Pascal, if you can, Pascal, please reconnect again. Let me share the link with you again so that okay, okay. Oops, Pascal. If you can hear me, Pascal, just click on the first link in the description of this video. You get it, or just let me send the link to you again in your WhatsApp. Have you connected now? Okay, let me add you to scene. Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm not seeing my video. Not showing. Okay, okay.
Okay.
It's showing now.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. Yes. So the question was,
Mm,
I asked you first
okay.
that now that Dangote Refinery has received the first shipment of crude in naira,
Mm,
will it reduce the price of petrol? You said it depends.
yes.
That nobody knows the price. Dangote has not come to tell Nigerians the price. The federal government or NNPC has not come to tell Nigerians the price. They are hiding it, obviously. So I'm now asking the follow-up question to that. Is it possible that Dangote Refinery is conspiring with NNPC or the federal government to deliberately increase the price of petrol in order for them to maximize their profit? Is that possible?
It's possible. It's possible because government needs revenue. They would have sold that quota at USD and bringing in as fact revenue. So government might still want to return that crude oil revenue from export by selling to local refinery. It's possible. That is possible. Two, but it's supposed to be the responsibility of the government to protect the interests of the general masses. So it depends on how responsible the government is. The only good thing that with Dangote, government has more the flexibility of influencing the prices unlike before. The real
Hmm.
advantage of Dangote refinery that now Nigeria has had more control over the pricing unlike before. Because when you're importing, you are the mercy of the foreign refinery that is shipping the petroleum product to us. So now Nigeria has the full control of the pricing from end to end, from crude pricing, refining costs, and the margins. It's totally under Nigerian control between NNPC, federal government, and the refinery itself, Dangote refinery itself. These three people have the control over the pricing end to end at the moment now. Nigeria can decide to sell the crude to Dangote below market price. Nobody will. It's not an issue if they wish to.
Okay, I have a comment here. It says the price of PMS is always dependent on the has always will always be dependent on the dollar or the dollar exchange rate. Therefore, no price reduction for now, even if Dangote buys crude oil in naira. Let me ask you
That is
this follow-up question.
okay.
You know, we talked about it the last time we came live that every country reserves the right to use all of its crude oil locally, refine it, and sell the refined petrol product. Every country reserves that right. Nothing binds us, no law compels Nigeria to export its crude oil out. Now, even when we have OPEC quota and we say we have 1.5 million barrels per day quota for OPEC that we can export, we can still add some quota like the 650,000 barrels
At the bottom.
capacity of Dangote refinery. We can add that on top of the 1.5. That gives us about 2.2, 2.1, 2.2 million barrels per day, which we can do. So that when you talk about, because you referenced FAC allocation now, revenue, government can still export its 1.5 million barrels per day on the OPEC platform and still
Correct.
have 650,000 barrels per day of crude oil that they can sell to Dangote. And you know, the funny thing is, it doesn't even need to sell it to Dangote. It can go into a direct sale, direct purchase, not even direct sale. Like, okay, Dangote, refine this crude for me. Take the paraffin, take the diesel, take the diesel as your profit. Give me the petrol, give me the bitumen. You know, they can go into that kind of arrangement. Can't they do that if it is revenue that government is concerned about?
What happens is we have people in government who are very lazy, who don't think. They don't see crude as energy to power the national economy. They don't understand what they're doing. Ideally, Nigeria is powered by petrol and diesel. Our national grid is not optimal. If it's a country where the national grid is powering the industries, of us will not be arguing about petrol pump price. Our trains will be running on electricity. Virtually, petrol will be for the elite. The masses will be running on metro buses that depends on electric trains. So the impact of petrol on the economy will be minimal. Like if you go to South Africa, both cooking, everything is on the national grid. The electricity there, the train there is powered by the Calton train is by electricity. So if virtually only the elite that actually drive car that are powered by petrol. The same thing with UK. The subways, the railways are powered by electric trains. So the impact of petrol on the economy is minimal. But in Nigeria, the reverse is the case. Petrol is the main energy source in Nigeria. That is why it impacts on every part of our economy. Once the price goes up, prices are almost pegged to price of petrol. Even our mass transit, there's more petrol buses on the road than if you go to Lagos parks or Abuja parks. There's more highest buses, petrol powered vehicles on the road, which is wrong. For a country of 200 million people, diesel electric train should be the major means of moving people around and haulage too. So that's what puts pressure on the economy. So right now, government, because we can't eat our cake and have it. In the last 20 years, our oil and gas sector has been totally mismanaged, bordered with corruption. For example, as at 2005, 2005 up to 2015, Nigeria was producing about 2.2 million barrels per day. Up to Jonathan was enough. That's our benchmark. 2.2 million barrels per day. Today, we are starting to do 1.4. So there's already a shortfall from inflow to FAC allocation. There's already a shortfall of about 800,000 barrels per day. Now, out of this 1.4, the IOCs will take theirs. So the net for us may be just 900,000 barrels per day. Out of this 900,000 barrels per day, part of it may be incubated by our debt. Remember, most of the debt Buhari took, the collateral was this crude oil. So out of this 900 that is net to us, half of it may be going to service our debt. So the remaining one may be just 400. NNPC may not be able to meet the Dangote quota. So these are challenges they are facing now.
Okay,
These are
okay.
challenges we are facing at the moment now.
Pascal.
Mm.
I think
Yes.
I would disagree with you on one thing,
Okay.
which is the
Okay.
quota and the fact that, okay, you take away the joint venture partners portion of it, and then you take away the
Okay.
forward sales agreement, and then we are now left with
Correct.
maybe less than 600,000 to service even a Dangote. I would disagree with you.
Correct.
What I
Okay.
will agree with you on is the fact that we have irresponsible people as leaders in Nigeria, people who are not thinking for their country. I will agree with
Correct.
you on that. The reason why I say that is this, Pascal, and a question I'll pick a question out of it.
Okay.
I don't believe, I don't believe that we are doing less than 1.4 million barrels per day. I don't. I know somebody who works at FIRS. The
Okay.
basic thing that this JV partnership and these people are supposed to do is royalties. And for you to measure the royalties and taxes, you need to put meters on the wellheads to measure the amount of crude that comes from each particular well. And then at the loading terminals, the Focados and the Bonnie and the others, you put meters there to know how much of the crude that is being loaded into the vessels. These meters are not there. In fact, you're supposed to, in other climes, you're supposed to have staff of the FIRS stationed at these wells to serve as checks to know how much of the crude oil is extracted out of the ground. This is not done. So, how then do you now say this is not done? How then do you now say that we are not able to produce 2.2? This for me is not true, because if you marry that with the statement that Dangote refinery has been pushing, the statement that many Nigerians, even media houses, have been pushing, that Dangote refinery has done one very marvelous thing, and I'm not discounting what Dangote refinery has done. That Dangote refinery in the past 50 years, Nigeria has not refined fuel, that it is now that and we know that is not true, because as at 2015 here, 2015, when Jonathan handed over power to Buhari, our refineries were doing 30% production.
Okay. Okay.
They were doing 30%. So we were refining. In fact, let me also now shock you this. Except you tell me that what NNPC sold in 2022, Dangote refineries has not come on stream. In 2022, Nigeria exported $1.2 billion worth of refined petrol products. Exported. We imported $20 billion worth of refined petrol products. And we have been doing that for the past 8 to 9 years, steady. But in 2022, we exported refined petrol product of $1.2 billion. Where did it come from?
Okay,
I
let
want
me
to
explain to
start.
you.
Yes.
Nigeria, based on my knowledge, for the past 15 years, Nigeria refinery has not worked. I lived in Port Harcourt before, somewhere around Eleme Road. You can't live there. No, if the refinery is working, you will know. I've been to Warri, WRPC, Warri Refinery Petroleum Corporate 10 years ago. Either I went there, the compressor I saw, nothing's working there. Now, how do you know? If you look at the history of tank farms in Nigeria, if refineries are working, those private tank farms will not emerge. The ones Capital Oil, Rain Oil, most of them will not emerge. They emerge because of we are importing. Those days, there used to be a tank farm in Enugu, Aba. Those ones has not worked for the past 20 years. That's when the refineries was working. That's why we now depend on private depots. Based of my knowledge, the refinery has not worked for the past. Because I remember even in 25, Shell was importing diesel from Ghana. I remember. To their diesel into Guinea Island in Port Harcourt, all the way from refinery in Ghana. As at 2005. So the NFPs have been lying to us, nothing like 30%. What they do is they will spend money on turnaround maintenance and claim that it's running 30%. It's not true. The refinery has not worked for over 20 years. It stopped working during Babangida. Since Babangida left power, the refinery has stopped working. So as at the time Obasanjo took over, the refinery was never working. That is why Obasanjo sold the refinery to Dangote. Yeah, although I came on board and revoked that. See, that was the greatest mistake Nigeria made. If you didn't revoke that sales, we will not be where we are today. That's a mistake. Yeah, although Jonathan admission made. But if you that sales of Port Harcourt refinery to
Dangote and
to
Otedola,
Dangote. Yes, yes. That was in
2006,
2008,
2007.
2007. So you can see, as of 2005, Shell was importing diesel into Port Harcourt to run their operations. So I can tell that for the past 20 years, the refinery has not been working in Nigeria. NFPs have been lying to us.
No, no,
That is
no,
it.
no. I don't agree, sir. You know why, sir? In
Okay. Okay.
1984, in 1984, Professor what's this professor's name? Oh, that was the Minister of Petroleum under Buhari. Ah,
Okay. Assured.
is it- no, 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 not as you do. Is it Tam? Not Tam David West. What's this man's name?
Okay.
Oh,
Tam David West. Tam David West.
is it Tam David West? No, it's
It's
not Tam
Tam
David
David West
West.
from River State.
No, no, it's not Tam David
David West
West.
was
There's
on
this.
was, was under Bangida.
With David West was, this one was under Buhari. At that
I don't know.
time, Nigeria, we were refining our petrol.
That's what I said now. When Babangida left power, handed over to when Abacha, the finally stopped working. At the time, as at 1999, Abacha came on board. The finalists were all dead. As at 1999, Nigerian finalists were all dead.
Okay, so how do we reduce the price of petrol now? What
Is
can we
to
do?
is to improve local content. Let Nigerians take over the production. Thank God, most of the IOCs have sold their assets. Shell has sold their onshore assets and moved offshore. Ajif just sold recently to Orlando. Chevron has been selling. ExxonMobil is trying to sell to satellite PLC. With these acquisitions, it means that most of the IOC components will be out of the table. That 40% that goes to IOC will be all be taken by Nigerian entity for us. The input costs. Two, refine. So with if once you remove the IOC's component, the cost will go down drastically.
So are you trying to tell me that, okay, fine, if we take even the 1.4 million barrels per day that we have now, take away the 40% to IOCs, and the remainder, take away whatever forward sales agreements that they have, the remainder, we cannot still get NMPC to, sorry, I said NMPC, Dangote
That's fine.
refineries to sell fuel at a cheaper price?
That's fine.
Hello? Okay, you're back again. Yes,
Your own end at the same here. Your own end.
my own end.
Yes, it's your end. You show. I can say from the console, it's your end that's cut. I mean, if possible, remove most of the devices that you don't need on the network so that you free up your bandwidth. If you have
I'm
multiple
using
devices, remove some that you don't need. your network is congested. If you have multiple devices, remove some on the network so that you have more bandwidth to support your video.
I am using, okay, let me do speed test. I am using a fiber channel internet, oh,
It's congesting. Maybe you
and
have
it's
so many
60
devices.
meg. 60 meg. I only have the children are using the TV in the parlor.
That is the problem now. Can you say that's the problem? When you want to go on console, remove them. That's what I do. I'm sure that you'll be alone. They're congesting you.
Okay, I'm testing the speed now. I am having 40 meg.
Yeah, test them.
Okay. I'm testing the speed now. I'm
Test them
getting
now.
55 meg, 60 meg megabits per second. That's
But
huge.
it's showing you cut it off here. Okay, okay,
It's
okay.
cutting
Ask
off
your
there.
question again. It's cutting off. If you cut off it, you show me. You show me that you're cutting off.
Whoa.
Okay. Uh, ask repeat your question again. I lost it.
Okay. Okay. So the thing is this. Is it not possible? Are you saying that aside the improving local content, which cannot happen in a day, all this
Okay. Yes, I
improving
know.
local content, it cannot happen in a day.
No,
Aside that,
actually,
there is
local content is not necessarily about the engineering, the technical part of
exploration.
it. The monument part of it I'm talking about. If Nigerians is running the operations, the margins can be we can have control over the margins. Nigerians can accept 10% margin, but IOCs will not want that. They want more. That's the difference. What I mean. For example, now, with Seplat NNPC joint venture can be 80-20. Seplat 20%, NNPC 80%. But if you're doing with IOC, they will likely insist on more, 40-60. So if Seplat NNPC joint venture is 80-20, mean that NNPC will get more for local refinery. Why
But
Seplat will export?
is Seplat not a local company?
That's why Seplat might.
Wando is
I'm
not a
coming. I'm coming.
local company.
That's what say they can they might they will be okay selling to Dangote refinery their own quota. Share want to take theirs out of the country to meet their own obligation. Remember, for Share to come to Nigeria to do business, they have a foreign. I don't understand me now. Share contract with their partners require that they must export theirs. For Share to come into Nigeria to trade,
Wow. Yes.
your link is going on and off and on.
Ah.
Share is a multinational. Let me break it down. Share is a multinational. They may have off-takers outside Nigeria. They have a already purchased contract before NNPC, before Dangote finally came on stream. They may obliged to meet those purchase contracts they have with their off-takers outside Nigeria. But a company like Seplat or Wando might decide to sign contract with Dangote to sell theirs inland, locally here in Nigeria. With these arrangements, the cost can be controlled.
Are
So,
you aware?
tell me
Are
now.
you aware now? Are you aware now that in a place like Texas,
Hello?
like in, can you hear me?
Okay, come back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. In Texas, practically, the fuel in Texas is cheaper than petrol in Nigeria. Are you aware of that?
Yes, it's possible. Very, very possible.
So
Because
why
of
will
local
it?
content.
So why will it be that a place like Texas, a place like Idaho, Oklahoma, about 10 states in America, they have fuel that is selling cheaper than fuel in Nigeria. Meanwhile, their minimum wage there is a lot higher than our own minimum wage, and their cost of living is more expensive than our own cost of living here. Their wages are more expensive. So why is it that our own here is not cheaper now that we have a Dangote refinery coming on stream? Because right now, the way it looks, it is as if Nigerians are living abroad in Nigeria.
Hello?
Yes.
Your speed test, check your uplink. Uplink is what you're using, no? That's check your uplink. It can't be 50. Check your do test again. Check the uplink. What are you getting?
Okay, you know what? Let me restart the system. My uplink, my upload is 58.66 megabits per second. The download is 58.81. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? You're frozen again. Oh, he's gone. You know what? Let me restart the system. Hello, can you hear me?
You are back.
Yes, 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 yes.
Check your uplink. Do your test. Check your uplink. What are you getting?
Okay. Let me just quickly do that now. Let me share my desktop with you. Oh, no. Okay, 1 minute. Let me show you now. Let me show you what I'm doing. So I have speed test here. Share. This is speed test. Can you see it? Hello? So did you see it? Uh-oh. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Uh, Let me just restart my system. I'll join you now. Let me restart it.